All right, so it's 5 minutes to 8 and we are leaving from Prague to the final destination of today, which is very close to Cluj, Romania, and we are supposed to reach here at 19 and 41 minutes. And our first stop, it's quite far. I did it on purpose, and we will be reaching there with 15% with 2% battery, and we need to stay below 118 kilometers per hour to reach that place. I wanted to charge here because we reach here with 35%, if I'm not mistaken, but the charging stations were not really working properly, and because I had no card, the price was super expensive. So I decided not to charge and to leave directly today and charge. So without further ado, let's start. We have more than 1,000 kilometers ahead of us. We are at 975 kilometers in our road trip. Let's see what will gonna be the end for today. We just reached our Tesla Supercharger in Humpolec. Okay, not so we reached here with 1% battery. I'm gonna show you exactly 1.7%. Okay.
Hooray! So we have arrived at Humpolec charging station with 1%. Initially, when we left our hotel, it was saying that we will reach here with around 2 to 3% and that we should be staying with under 127 kilometers per hour. When we left the hotel, we saw our consumption is super high. I think our battery was not warm enough. The wind was coming from front, so it felt like we wouldn't reach the destination. So we kept checking, like you can throughout the trip you can check this menu, and we kept waiting, checking if it's increasing or dropping. So there were moments where we drove with 110 kilometers per hour just to stay safe and allow time for the battery to charge. But of course, when we reached closer to the supercharging station and we saw that we have enough juice, we even went to 140. So yeah, like, of course, you need to build a trust with the navigation of Tesla, but eventually we reached here with enough fuel and a bit of buffer in case we would have missed the exit.
All right, so we are at the Tesla Supercharger in Humpolec, in Czech Republic, very close to Brno, 1 hour away, and we did a stop here. As you can see, there are six stalls, and very interesting, I found this, like, there is a priority for Model 3. It's the first time I see that there's a supercharger, and I supercharge by. So there are 6 stalls here with 150 kilowatts max capacity, and the price per kilowatt is around 0.4 euros. And what's nice is that you also have this E.ON superchargers as well, with 300 or even 400 kilowatts power. And I wanted to show you the cost here is around 0.7 euros per kilowatt for DC tariff, which is like almost double what you pay for the Tesla superchargers. So yeah, it's nice that you have the option indeed, but it's way more expensive, and that's one of the main reasons why I love the Tesla supercharging infrastructure. And besides that, we have a nice place here where you can grab some food. There is a petrol station as well. Well, it's not like something that we are interested into, but it's a nice stop on your way from Prague to Brno if you want to. Alright, so we just stopped the charging and we have 57% battery, so we charged 56% in 22 minutes, which is super decent. And the next stop is in Brno, where we will be having our breakfast and we will be charging there as well. Why not? I've heard that there is a good spot. So without further ado, let's kick it, and now we can drive properly because we have no fear of remaining without battery. Estimated time of arrival in Brno 10:14 with 32% battery. After leaving Humpolec Supercharger, we went on the highway and the weather slowly started to clear ahead of us. The sky became blue, so we enjoyed our morning trip. After that, we reached to the Brno Supercharger, which was close to a shopping center, and we found here both V2 and V4 superchargers. Of course, we went for the V4s because that's a higher speed, obviously, and it was really nice to see this huge supercharger network here. And the place was quite empty for 10 a.m. in the morning. So we reached here literally 2 minutes ago with 25%, and we already jumped to 28. Let me give you some stats. So initially the estimation was that we will be reaching here with 35, if I'm not mistaken, but of course we drove a bit faster because we had plenty of juice. So we will be staying here to have our breakfast because it's barely 10 a.m. and to give you a bit of an update, we did 111 kilometers since our last charge. Since the beginning of the day, we did 210 kilometers. We started with 975 road trip total distance, and now we have 1185. Alright, so we are heading back to the car. This supercharger station in Brno is super nice. There is a supermarket, or it's sort of a mall here. I hope you can see it. Lots of Teslas charging. And by the way, if you have, so there are V4 superchargers here, so that's really nice. And by the way, if you have an electric car in Czech Republic, you will have EL at your license plate. Okay, I hope you can see it. And here is our car. We charged to 100%. As I said, I like a lot the location. We had some nice Mexican food for breakfast, and now we are ready to go. We have lots of Tesla Model 3s here, the new ones, Model S's, some Models Ys there, and here we have our car. Okay, we are now at 100%, and we already received a notification in our app to unplug because we can be charged idle fees, and I still see that it charges with 16 kilowatts hour. So I'm not really sure if this is for the BMS calibration or not. So let me know what you think. Is it still charging after it says charging complete and the car reached 100%? Is it still charging for the BMS to calibrate or not? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now we will be stopping to Győr, Hungary, and apparently we'll reach there with 40% battery because now we have plenty of juice. Let's see how the road will be like, and the final time of arrival at the destination, it's 9:20 minutes, half an hour later than what was previously expected. That is because now we stayed here for longer and we also had the breakfast, so probably that's the reason we have that. Also, the charging now is not very optimized because we reach here with 40%, and of course the speed of charging won't be that fast. So without further ado, let's start. After leaving the supercharger, the weather got much better and we saw some sun. So we were enjoying the Czech highways, but not for long because we entered Hungary. The road was super smooth, so we did not have to wait for long at the border, so there were literally no queues, so we could go really smooth in Hungary. And then we enjoyed the Hungarian roads, and of course trying a new POV for the camera. By the way, let me know what you think about this new POV, if you like it or not. And I'm also looking to get a longer tripod, so you will not be seeing the roof as well in this POV. The Tesla navigation told us to stop in Győr, but I managed to bypass this stop, and now we are directly stopping to Óbuda, Hungary. So we will be reaching there with very low battery, but we are actually saving a stop. In the end, the navigation drove us through the center of Budapest, which of course was not very convenient time-wise. We also admired a bit of Danube river because this one is basically splitting Budapest into two sides called Buda and Pesta, hence the name of the capital, which is Budapest. We are now reaching the Tesla Supercharger in Óbuda, Hungary, and lots and lots of Teslas here. Nice. I just saw a Tesla with a body kit very similar with mine. So yeah, let's park here and charge. Let's see the stats too in a bit, and maybe you can take a picture of the time and the battery. So we reached here with 6%, and we did 330 kilometers so far with a single charge. So from 100 to 6%, 94% for 330 kilometers with a consumption of 197 watts hour per kilometer. A bit of an impression for that. Well, we drove around 130, 140. That's an average speed. So the consumption is a bit on the high side in my opinion, because the temperature dropped, by the way. The temperature is now 12 degrees Celsius, so we came from 4-5 degrees to 12 degrees. And I think the consumption is on the high side. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you believe that the consumption is good or not. Again, this is a Tesla Model 3 long range 2022 model with heat pump, 2 passengers in the car plus luggage. The estimated time for staying here is 40 minutes, and we have one more charge till we reach home. We did a bit of a charging here from 6% to almost 90%, and you see the disadvantage when you have a Model S. You also can afford to sleep here because that Model S, judged by the grill, charges very slow. So we charge up to 90% almost. There is an Auchan here in the back, and also there is a coffee place somewhere here, so it's 5 minutes away. It's called House of Bondia, very good coffee. We took a break there and we are ready for the next part of our trip, which is supercharging in Debrecen and then going or reaching the final destination of the day. So stay tuned and see you soon. We stayed here for 48 minutes. We charged from 6% to 93%, so that means we charged 87% in 48 minutes, which is super nice. And now anyway, we are charging with very little, and we will be heading to our next supercharger in Debrecen. and then to our final destination. So we will be unplugging the car now, and we are ready for takeoff. Okay, thank you Tesla. By the way, if you want to follow me on YouTube, Life with Bags, scan the QR code, you will see it in the video, and you will become a subscriber. So let's hit it. After we left the Supercharger, we again enjoyed some amazing weather on the Hungarian highways, and shortly the sun started to set, so the sky got an amazing orange color. So we really like the view a lot, and the camera doesn't do justice to the view, unfortunately, but I can tell that the sky was amazing. We also tried to have some back shots to highlight the colors, and I hope these images bring a bit of joy to you when you are watching this video. For us, it was a very pleasant ride to the next Supercharger. And now I wanted to show you something. So we are driving 140. We have 35 minutes and 53 kilometers till our next Supercharger. Our consumption is 215 watts hour per kilometer. But still, we will be reaching there with 20%, and we have now 38% battery. The preconditioning started, but that means that we will be using 18% for 52 kilometers plus the preconditioning. In my opinion, this is quite a lot. I don't know what you think, but I believe that it's quite a lot. 18% for 50 kilometers plus preconditioning, especially due to the fact that we are driving for 1 hour and a half continuously. So I believe that the car had plenty of time to heat up the battery and prepare it for the next charge. Let me know in the comments what you think. Again, the car is a Tesla 2022 long-range model with heat pump, 2 persons in the car, including luggage. We just reached the Supercharger in Debrecen. So we reached 15 minutes before the time that was mentioned, and we reached here with 18% battery. The estimation was 90%, so the percentage estimate was quite accurate. We drove from 92% battery, I think, to 18%, so that means 74% of the battery used for 232 kilometers with a 222 watts hour per kilometer consumption. We drove 130, 140, so I think this is quite okay. The temperature got colder again, it's 7 degrees Celsius, so yep. What we will be doing now is we will be going for a snack, quick toilet break, and then we will be heading to our final part of the trip for today, which is reaching to the city next to Cluj. We are 60 kilometers away from the Romanian border, and we have 242 kilometers to go, and apparently we'll be doing that in around 3 hours and 15 minutes. So looking a bit at the trip details, I want to show you what were the main consumers for us. So battery conditioning was 2.7% increase, and the driving was 1.7% increase. Yeah, as I said in the past, I think the battery conditioning uses quite a lot, and especially that we are at a Supercharger where the power the max power is 150 kilowatts. So I don't know how much the car needed this conditioning, because we already charged only with 63 kilowatts hour, which is very little. A bit about the charger. So it's let's say at an acceptable distance from the M35 highway. If you are traveling to Romania from Budapest, if you're traveling to Oradea, it's the only possible solution from Tesla. And as you can see, the last so this is the last point from Budapest, right? From Budapest to Cluj. This is the only supercharger that you can use without, of course, going too much off-road. This one, as I said, it's a 5 minutes detour from the main highway, and unfortunately it charges only with 150 kilowatts. You have another one here, which is a bit farther away than the main road, at the M3. Let's see. This one is with 125 kilowatts, so obviously not an option. At the time of creating this video in December 2024, this is the only option from Tesla. And the next option on your road to Bucharest would be, of course, Cluj, and we will probably be doing that before driving to our final destination to Bucharest in a couple of days. All right, so we are now at the Tesla Supercharger. As you can see, a lot of Teslas here. Everyone is charging. This one, it's max 150 kilowatts, so it's not that powerful, and especially if you have some other car joining, well, you won't be charging with too much. But as I said, it's the only viable option between Budapest and Cluj. And I wanted to show you that you also have another charger here. So this is the mobility one. I scanned the QR code because there is no price tag attached here, so you need to scan a QR code, and I will put it on the screen right now. So the price per kilowatt for this one is 400 forints per kilowatt, while at the Tesla Supercharger the price is 166 forints, which is basically 2.5 times cheaper than here. Again, that's one of the main reasons I chose the Tesla, because first of all, it's no-brainer. You don't need any other apps or any other stuff to charge your car, and secondly, it's way cheaper when you own a Tesla to charge at a Tesla Supercharger. We reached here at 17:01, so we charged for 53 minutes from 18% to 93%. So that means 75% charge, and it cost us 24 euros. As I said, much better than our neighbors there, which have a 400 forints per kilowatt tariff. And now we will be heading to our final destination, which is very close to Cluj. Plenty of juice for the last leg of our trip. So without further ado, let's hit it. We will be hitting the Romanian border in 60 kilometers. Let's go! Okay, so we are now crossing the border, and it's actually gonna be for the last time when we are crossing, or we are passing through a border check, because starting 1st of January, Romania will also be part of Schengen. That means no border control at all. So that's great, and we also have little to no queue here, which is great. And we'll probably do the border check as we speak. I don't know what will they say, because we have a Dutch register car with Romanian IDs, but I guess that's totally fine. Welcome to Romania officially. So we just entered Romania, and we are now on an European road. As you can see, we have 172 kilometers till the destination. We'll be doing that in 2 hours and 38 minutes. It's probably gonna be also some European roads, and also we'll be going through some villages where the speed will be limited, but hopefully we will be reaching the destination as planned. Okay, we just slow down all of a sudden because looks like there is a crash in front of us. Yeah, hopefully everyone is fine. The car on the right was really scratched, so I think it got collided with the truck, but people were on the right side of the road, so everyone looked fine. We are now in Huedin, and we are already feeling the Christmas vibe because there are a lot of lights all over the place. So Christmas, it's coming. Okay, so we officially did 1,000 kilometers in one day. We started at 975 from The Hague, and now we have 1,000.
Not from The Hague.
From the Prague, sorry, thank you. And we now have 1,975, so that means 1,000 kilometers. And the time is 21:44, but it's +1. Oh look, there is a fox. Check this out. Okay, that's nice. So nice celebration for 1,000 kilometers. So the time is 9:44, but we need to deduct 1 hour because there is a time zone difference between Romania and Prague. So it should be 8:44 p.m. That means that we are driving for 12 hours and 50 minutes. Something like that. 12 hours, 50 minutes, 12 hours and 55 minutes. Because we started at 10 minutes to 8 in the morning. So we did 1,000 kilometers in 12 hours and 55 minutes, taking into account that the last 2 hours were on a not country road, but I can say national roads with speeds ranging from 60, 70 to 90, 100. I'm super happy with the time and with the fact that we did quite a lot of stops for today. So that's it. I'm gonna come back with some updates when we are reaching the final destination, 15 kilometers till our final destination. Alright, so we just reached our final destination for today. We did a total of 1,017 kilometers. We started at 975 and I wanted to give you some updates from our last supercharging stop. So we did 245 kilometers with an average consumption of 19.4 kilowatts hour per 100 kilometers. That was due to the fact that starting the moment that we arrived in Romania, we no longer went on highways, but on either European roads or national roads. And also the time was quite high, so we did 2 hours and 40 for around 180 kilometers. I'm quite happy with how everything went. So officially it's 9 Prague time. That means that we did it in 13 hours and 20 minutes. We did a total of 1,017 kilometers with some stops as well with the national roads in Romania. So overall I'm really happy with how the car behaved. And we reached here actually with more energy than expected. So we reached with 22%, and I think the estimation was with 19%. Don't mind this, we did a toilet break as well, so that's starting that toilet break till now. So we did only 143 kilometers, and actually since charge we have 245. And if we also count that toilet break, that means that we basically came in faster a bit than expected. So that's it for now. What we're gonna do, we're gonna plug the car in, hopefully at our friend close to Cluj, and tomorrow we will be enjoying some time in Cluj probably. We had a long sleep after our drive from yesterday, and we wake up with an amazing view from the countryside and a bit of a sun, something that we were missing for some time. After that, we enjoyed our morning playing with dogs in the backyard, and there were literally a lot of them. I don't know who was happier or more excited to see new faces, us or them. Then we had a nice brunch in Cluj as we were really starving. The coffee and the food were both great, and the spot was nicely decorated on the inside, very classy for a brunch spot. We highly recommend this place. It's called Olivo and it's right in the city center. Then we went for the Christmas market, which was located in the Union Square, which of course is not that charming during daytime, but more on that later. We also visited the church, which was designed in a Gothic style. I can say that the inside looked more impressive than the outside. Of course, we couldn't miss my friend's Healthy Active Lifestyle Club, where he builds healthy habits in the team. This is a very nice community, and my friend is doing this for 25 years already. Basically, this club is the most recent club that he opened in Cluj, and he relies on building a strong foundation for the long-term health, which is of course represented by a strong team, healthy habits, and solutions at hand for everyone. So don't hesitate to visit his club as well when you are around Cluj-Napoca if you really want to build a healthy, active lifestyle. The location is called Adam's All-In Club and is literally walking distance from Union Square. We also checked out some landmarks that we were recommended, and following that we went for a panoramic view of the city from a small hill nearby. After we charged the car for a bit, which by the way was not such an easy job as the charging is quite different from what you have in the Netherlands. Apparently you need to first start the session and then plug in the cable to the car. Strange, I know. We went for a quick trip to Gilo. The views across the lake with the mountains as well were amazing, and we were really glad that we did it. Apparently it's one of the hot spots in summer if you are around Cluj. We had a nice lunch as well at the motel there. On our way back in Cluj, of course we had to try the traditional Cluj cabbage, or varză a la Cluj in Romanian. It was great, and we had it in a very traditional place next to Union Square. The sun was already setting, which gave an entirely different vibe to the city, and now you could see the Christmas decorations surrounding it. From people enjoying jacuzzi in open air to concerts and lots of food from Christmas market, everyone had fun in their own way. Of course, we couldn't miss the mulled wine from the Christmas Square, and the Curtac, which are already a classic during Christmas in the Romanian tradition. After another small walk, we went for some real food at a restaurant to close the evening together with our friends from Cluj. Even though we are from Romania, it was my first time visiting Cluj and I really enjoyed it. I personally was expecting the city to be bigger, as we kind of finished the main points of attraction in half a day, probably due to the winter season. From what I've heard, during summer there are a lot of activities to do outdoors as well and enjoy the beautiful landscape surrounding the city. That was it for this part of our trip. If you want to support the channel, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done that already. Also, if you have a favorite spot in Cluj, add it in the comments so people that visit Cluj and see this video can get some inspirations. If you want to buy a Tesla, don't forget to use my referral code down below. It will help you with getting a discount for your car, and I will also get some credits that I am planning to use for free supercharging kilometers to be able to show you more places like this. Until next time, take care and see you soon.